Hello, honors pre-calculus students. Today's learning target is to graph a cosine function with a phase shift or a horizontal shift. So if you look at k of x, the first thing I'm going to need to do is factor out the 3 pi. So I'm going to factor out 3 pi times x plus some number. And every year some people say, well, how do you figure out that number? So I'm going to do a little algebra equation up here at the top. So it's 3 pi times something is equal to pi over 2. So to find the question mark, I'm going to divide by 3 pi. Another option, instead of dividing by 3 pi, I like this method a little better. I'm going to multiply by 1 over 3 pi. So then the question mark is going to be 1 over 6. So in the parentheses here, I'll have 1/6. And I'm going to draw the axes. And like the previous problem, we know the sinusoidal axis is at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's y equal 5. I know the amplitude is 7, so I'm going to go up 7 from there. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. So the maximum will occur at 12, and then I'll go down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the mins and maxes will occur at 12 and -2. The period is 2 pi over b, and we know the b value is 3 pi. So the period is 2/3. So I'm going to mark 2/3, cut that in half, 1/3, cut that in half, 1/6. So we have 1/6, 2/6, this is 3/6, or 1/2. And I'll also go in the negative direction. So -1/6, -1/3, -1/2, -2/3. So this tells me that the graph moves left 1/6. So usually the cosine curve starts at the top. I'm going to highlight this point in pink on the right graph. Since there's a negative, we'll start at the bottom, so we would be starting at this pink dot, but then there is a shift of 1/6. So this first point is going to be at -1/6, 2. Without the shift, I would have been here at this pink dot, or pink highlight, but because there's a shift, I'm going to move over 1/6, so I'll be on the axes, the y-axis. And then the next point would have been at 1/3, 12, where that little highlight is, but because there's a shift, I'll be at 1/6, 12. And at this point, I'm just going to use the pattern. So the next point is going to be 1/3 and on the sinusoidal axis of 5. Then at a half, I'll be down below the axis at -2, and then back up to the sinusoidal axis. Continuing this pattern to the left, at -1/3, I'm on the sinusoidal axis. At -1/2, I'm up at 12. And then at -2/3, I'm back on the sinusoidal axis. And then I'm going to sketch this graph. So the idea of this problem is there is a horizontal shift of left pi over 6. And I have those pink highlights where the graph would be without the shift, and then I started shifting the graph over left 1/6.